Hi guys, it's Amanda from theintuitivewife.com and I am back with your new January forecast. First of all, Happy New Year! Welcome to 2019. I hope your 2018 was amazing, and if not, at least it's time for a new chapter. So this month I am using the Witch's Tarot and the Faery Oracle. And I decided to film in a new place today because it's a dark, dreary day, and this was the brightest place I could find that is kind of cozy. So I'm sorry if it's a little bit echoey, but such is life. So I decided to do things a little bit differently today. Normally I do one card per week of the month. This time I decided to do one card for the first half, January 1st to 15th, and one card for the second half, which is January 16th to 31st, and then an oracle card just for some overall guidance. So the card representing January 1st to 15th is the High Priestess. And what this card is trying to tell you is that this month, or this first half of the month, is all about balance. It's finding the balance between the dark and the light. If you can see at the top here, she has one light column and one dark column, and she has the blue skies with the clouds, and underneath is the dark sky with the moon. So this card is all about balance and learning and challenges. So the main challenge that came forward was finding balance without judgment. And the example that was given to me was if you had a New Year's resolution, let's say to lose a certain amount of weight by the end of the year or by a certain deadline, to not be so restrictive on yourself, whether it's with calories or with certain foods that you can or cannot eat, because food is meant to be fun and life is meant to be lived, and if you are so cut and dry, so rigid, then you're not going to have the same love for life. And what the guides and angels are trying to say is that this time is all about learning how to face the challenges within yourself. So they did give me the example of a diet, but it's also, you know, whatever you're going through, whatever inner turmoil, whatever challenges you're facing, you can definitely get through them, and it's important to get through them or to face them without judging yourself on it, because we are so hard on ourselves all the time, and it's so easy to get down on ourselves. And when we get down on ourselves, it's so easy to label ourselves or our experience as failures. And there's no such thing as a failure. Everything is a lesson, everything is an opportunity. So this card is here to remind you that you will face challenges, and this is a time of learning and a time of understanding how to face your challenges and how to do so without judgment and loving yourself in the process, and that things don't have to be as complicated or as difficult or as rigid as we make them out to be. So to go easy on yourself and face it one day at a time, and just because you have a setback does not mean that you are failing or a failure. It just means you messed up, and that's okay. Try it again tomorrow. The second card that came through today was for January 16th to 31st was the Ten of Cups. And this card is all about family. So the first things that came to mind were happiness, love, and joy. And what it said was to stop worrying about tomorrow or next week or your to-do list. Just live in the moment. Try and focus on the present moments. Try to enjoy the little moments. Spend as much time as you possibly can with yourself, with your family, with your close friends, because that's what life is all about. And we tend to get sidetracked, especially in January, when we tend to make these commitments and promises and resolutions, and we tried to create this whole new structure. This month is really not about the structure at all, which is a complete opposite of previous January readings that I've done. So it's a time to just be, just be with yourself and be with your family and soak in all those tiny little moments, because as cliche as it sounds, you never know what tomorrow brings. This is a time to not be so focused on the schedules and the rigidness of things, and to just kind of sit back and relax and enjoy those people around you. And if there aren't any people around you that you enjoy, go find them, because this is the time to bond and to learn from one another. Which brings me to my next card. The oracle card for extra guidance was Light the Darkness. And in case you can't see it, at the bottom it says Ancestors, Ancestral Line, and Generational Shift. So what this card said was that this is the time to learn from your older generation and your ancestral history, to go do some digging and to face things with the childlike curiosity, to spend time with your older generation if they're still around and ask questions about your history or about your family traditions. And what they specifically told me with this card was put down the phone. Go talk to each other face to face, spend time with each other, learn from each other, bond with each other. This, and they even gave me the visual of, you know, back in the day when all the communities would come and they would spend time together, or families would actually have dinner around the table and talk, and there were no phones, there were no technology, there were no distractions. It was all about getting to know the person sitting across from you. And we all say that we know our sister or our mom or our brother, but now with things always getting in the way, distractions and schedules and work and travel and everything gets in the way. So this card is telling you that this is the perfect time to put that all aside, put it all down, and go back to the old ways and get to know each other once again. Because I really feel like this is the foundation of what's to come over the next few months. If you remember my previous videos, everything was about self-care and getting rid of the gunk and surrounding yourself with the good people and good energies. And I feel like we've really made progress over the past few months of doing that. So now is the time to soak up all the knowledge and the love of the people that you have chosen to surround yourself with. And I feel like this is going to be a common theme, at least for the next little while. And I really feel like the challenges that we are going to have to face later on in 2019 is going to be easier to deal with and easier to handle and easier to face, because of the time that we spent this month building our relationships and, you know, bonding and getting to know each other once again. Because, you know, like I said, everything seems to get in the way, and everything seems to wait until the weekend. I'll go visit my mom on the weekend, or we're having a family dinner on the weekend, and we spend so much time at work, which is why people say, like, oh, people at work is like my second family, I spend so much time there. They're trying to say to shift your priorities this month and make your family and your very close friends and your loved ones your priority this month. Work will still be there, work is fine, but family is really what you need to focus on. And I feel like I'm a broken record right now, but that's what they're really, really pushing this month. So that is what came through for the month of January 2019. Just as a quick recap, we had the High Priestess, which was all about finding balance and finding it without judgment. Facing your challenges without judgment, and knowing that this is a time of learning. The second card was the Ten of Cups, which was all about love and joy and family and spending time with your family, which is interesting that the last card, Light the Darkness, played into that family aspect with talking to your older generations and creating traditions and bonding with the people who are closest to you. So I hope you enjoyed the January 2019 reading. I will put at the very end how you can get in touch with me, but I also want you to take this opportunity to either comment below with this comments with the reading or any questions you might have, and also to take this time to subscribe because I will be posting many more videos. I have one coming up very soon on the differences of Palo Santo and Sage, and I really want to use this as a platform to educate others on what I know about this whole other world, about crystals and tarot cards and journaling and Palo Santo and Sage. I hope you have a fabulous January 2019 and welcome to the new year, and I will see you soon.